Hey, casual crypto investor family. It is the casual crypto investor, and I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about our favorite cryptocurrency, X to the R to the P. I have a lot of information that I want to share with you. Plus, I'm going to read off a Twitter post from John E. Deaton, man. Shout out to John E. Deaton. He so eloquently wrote a post rather talking about the whole theory by having a Bitcoin reserve, right? Obviously, that's been a topic since Donald Trump has, ran for office and has now won. And how he wrote it is basically how I've been feeling about Bitcoin. I don't, as you know, or if you've watched any of my videos in the past, I do not hold, or if I do hold, I have to go back and look at some of my exchanges. I hold fractions of maybe a little bit of Bitcoin. I don't hold a lot. It's not one of my top holdings at all. I think I maybe use Bitcoin to do some transactions, but I really don't hold any Bitcoin. I look at other cryptocurrencies like the XRP, uh, Cardano, Stellar, Hedera, XDC. Those are a big chunk of my portfolio. But I'm just so just in awe of Bitcoin and how it's being interwoven and from the whole ETF thing. Now, granted, I'm glad. I don't want to make it seem like I'm a Bitcoin hater, right? I can appreciate Bitcoin. It was the very first. It introduced a lot of people to crypto. It was the gateway crypto, so to speak, and I appreciate it for what it is. But at the same time, too, it just seems something fishy with it. I did a video a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks ago saying that is Bitcoin really kind of a Trojan horse, right? That it's being woven maybe into our financial institutions and could have a big collapse, I don't know. I just feel like that, we might be, shout out to Eddie Murphy in this movie, but we might be getting the banana in the tailpipe, so to speak, from Beverly Hills Cop, right? That's what I kind of feel like Bitcoin is, so to speak. So, I have a tweet that I'm going to read off that Johnny Deaton wrote, and I definitely agree. And I definitely feel like, nobody's answering the questions in regards to Bitcoin. We have Michael Saylor out here talking about how he met with Satoshi, and so did Scottie Pippen. And then he's looking at Scottie Pippen like he has a third head or something like that. When Scottie Pippen mentioned that he met with Satoshi back in like 97 or 98 or whatever, 94 or whatever it was, right? So I have some information. I want to read off this tweet and share with you this tweet that Johnny did, as well as share some more crypto information with you guys that I came across. But let's get into it. Sorry for that ramble. I don't know, man. I mean, like, where are you guys at with Bitcoin? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you skeptical of it? Give me your thoughts on it, because maybe it's just me. I maybe feel like, I feel like there's more and more people that are kind of coming around to that. And I believe that once people see and institutions see that XRP and other cryptocurrencies have better utility than Bitcoin, I think it's only a matter of time before you see large adoption with these other cryptocurrencies. But let's get into it. Currently, right now, we're up over 2%, which is great to see, sitting at a $3.4 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is up over 95K, which is great to see because obviously, in the circumstances that we are in right now, if Bitcoin rises, then a lot of the other cryptocurrency rises too as well. So it's sitting at 96,000. Ethereum trying to get back to the 3,500, sitting just below that at 3,450. XRP has had a heck of a run. It's up 11% over the past 7 days, sitting back up at $2.40, which is crazy. Not only that, but it also has just surpassed Tether. And so we're going to be looking at what are the catalysts that are causing, or what is causing XRP to rise in price. Let's look at some other cryptocurrencies out there. Looks like Dogecoin had a nice run up over the past 7 days, up 8%. Let's look at the over 24 hours. Anything out there? Wow, look at Quant has had, let's see. Sorry. Let me go back here. Oh, excuse me, 1 hour. Sorry about that. A lot of these meme coins look like, let's see here. Wow, up 32%. Farcoin, that's crazy. Brett is up almost close to 9%. Dog with hat, which I don't even understand. It's up almost 9%. Bonk is up too as well. Floki XTC is up too as well, which is great to see. Big fan of XTC. So yeah, so overall, it looks like the crypto market is back to green, and I am super excited for that. Before we get into the content, definitely give me a follow over on X. You can follow me at Casual Crypto Investor. Things are happening so rapidly in the crypto space, and I feel like this year is going to be insane. So make sure you follow me on X or on my Twitter account. You can follow me at Casual Crypto Investor. Sometimes it's easier for me to tweet than it is for me to make a video. And love to keep up with you guys. And if you want to stay updated with what's going on in the community, feel free to give me a follow on X. All right, so let's get into it. So first up, we have IRS delays crypto tax reporting requirements until 2026. So I highly recommend that you talk to your financial advisor or your accountant to figure out what ways how you can hopefully maybe pay less taxes with your crypto earnings, because I definitely think that 2025 is going to be a great year. I did personally timestamp all of my crypto holdings for 2024. And so if I need to go back and backtrack, or if the IRS ever needs to go back and say, well, how much crypto do you have and all this kind of stuff? Well, I have it time dated, stamp, text, all that kind of stuff to myself. I did that, literally the last day of the year, and sent that to myself. And so that way I can use that, or at least I have that as a record. So if they ever need to go back and look at my crypto holdings, they can do that. But I'm definitely going to be talking to my accountant just to kind of prepare and kind of plan, in regards to what would be the right strategies when, talking about crypto gains and maybe even taking profits, because I really don't take profits from my crypto. I'm a buy and hold type of guy, so I just like to accumulate. I hodl. So, but definitely, if XRP hits certain price points, like $20 or $100 or something like that, I will most likely take a small amount of profits from that, and but I want to be prepared. So this is definitely going to be a conversation I'm going to be having with my financial planner slash accountant. So moving on to as well, just in $1.3 trillion asset manager Morgan Stanley E-Trade reportedly explores offering crypto trading. Guys, this is going to be the norm. All these big exchanges big financial institutions are going to be getting into crypto. And especially if Donald Trump does, hey, no capital gains tax on American based crypto companies. Hallelujah. Can you imagine how much money is going to pour into our market if that becomes a law? Good googly moogly. I cannot even imagine what would be looking like. So if you own the XDCs, the XRPs, the XLMs, all those Stellar, or not XLM, not Stellar, but IOTA, Algorand, like all those ISO 20 or 220 compliant cryptos, those are the ones that you want to own, because those have potential, tax benefits potentially. Now, again, it's not financial advice. Not saying you should go out and buy it today, but do your own research. For me, I'm speaking more so to myself. I own a lot of those cryptos, and so I'm going to definitely be accumulating more and more of those cryptos on the hopes that that hopefully we'll have no capital gains tax on those cryptos. All right. So before we get into article in regards to why XRP is pumping, I want to read this tweet by John Deaton. And again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm a Bitcoin hater. I'm just questioning it. That's all. I'm more of a skeptic. And I'm not even, I think I was watching a shout out to the Common Sense Crypto channel. Absolutely love his YouTube videos. If you haven't checked his stuff out, definitely do that. For me, I'm with him. I agree that, I'm big on utility. Like a lot of the Michael Saylor will say, "Oh, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I only buy Bitcoin, and then when I buy more Bitcoin, I'm thinking about how I can buy more Bitcoin." Right? I'm not that guy. I am a utility maxi. Right? That's where my head is at. And so I'm looking at cryptocurrencies that have a large amount of utility. So let's dive into it. And this is why I am a little bit skeptical on Bitcoin. All right. So is Johnny tweeting. He was tweeting and he basically stated that a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. So he's questioning it, right? What about Satoshi? Bingo, right? Why are we not talking about this, right? Do we know if he's even alive? Who is he, right? How are governments investing into someone or just something that someone created and you don't even know who he is, right? It's like he could be the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. We don't know who he is, right? But moving on, it says during my run for Senate, I disclosed I have 80% of my net worth in Bitcoin, right? Which is fine. I'm not hating on that, right? Thus, I admit, I hope my friend Scaramucci is correct. If the U.S. government passes a Senator Loomis bill, and if you don't know what Senator Loomis is, she's saying that we should sell all our gold and basically buy Bitcoin, right? And begins buying Bitcoin, it will no doubt cause other nations to follow suit, right? Which is true. Just like with gold, it could literally create nation state fear of missing out, right? It would basically, hey, if monkey see, monkey do, right? If America is selling all its gold and out buying Bitcoin, what do you think a lot of the other countries are going to do, right? And if that occurs, 1 million per Bitcoin happens a lot faster than people think. Personally, I don't think it happens. I do believe President Trump via EO will institute or executive via executive order will institute the U.S. Marshal or any other agencies to create a SBR wallet. Not sure what SBR standard, not sure what SBR wallet is, with the intent to hodl the 207,000 Bitcoins currently held by the U.S. government. Donald Trump could argue that this is the functional equivalent of SBR, not selling the 207,000 Bitcoin with the intent to hodl all other future seized Bitcoin and 100% foreseeable, if not already a certainty. I can also foresee an incentive program for taxpayers to pay taxes in Bitcoin, which will then be added to the HODL reserve. If this happens, it's terrific for Bitcoin and Bitcoin holders. But having the USG actively purchase a 500,000 or United States government purchase 500,000 or 1 million to 5 million Bitcoin is entirely different ballgame, which I agree 1,000,000%. I have no problem with the US government holding Bitcoin. What I do have a problem with is us selling all of our gold for Bitcoin or us like basically going YOLO into Bitcoin and not even knowing or disclosing who this Satoshi guy is, right? Moving on, it says, as Johnny Deaton has said, would Satoshi's identity, dead or alive, need to become public knowledge? I agree with that. Who is he, right? Who is this guy? Moving on, it says, is the U.S. government going to aggressively buy Bitcoin as a Treasury Reserve asset and publicly state, no, we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, and we're not going to try and find out? That makes absolutely no sense to, obviously, Johnny Deaton or me, okay, too, as well. Imagine the amount of criticism and scrutiny coming from both the press and the elected officials who oppose this. Wouldn't the U.S. government need to be assured Satoshi's dead and or the keys are lost forever, which we don't even know? Moving on, Satoshi is already one of the richest people in the world. If the U.S. government starts aggressively buying Bitcoin, followed by other countries, Bitcoin hits 1 million and Satoshi becomes the world's first trillionaire almost overnight. Sorry, Elon Musk, which is kind of funny, right? Moving on to as well, several analysts have already called for 1 million per Bitcoin in 2025 if if this rule is passed. Recently on Patrick Bet-David podcast, Patrick had fun questioning Michael Saylor over the look Saylor gave Scottie Pippen. As I mentioned earlier, that Scottie claimed he met Satoshi in the early 90s. The look became popular meme for about a week. So again, guys, like I just don't think that this is a good strategy. I just have a lot of questions with Bitcoin. Again, I don't hate Bitcoin. I'm just a little skeptical of us putting all of our eggs in one basket into something that we absolutely don't know anything about. So let me know what your thoughts on this is. Are you pro Bitcoin? Are you anti Bitcoin? Where are you guys putting your money? Do you hold a lot of Bitcoin? Let me know in the comments down below. And then lastly, kind of wrap it up here. As I mentioned earlier, XRP surges to 15% and overtakes Tether once again. So why is this happening right now? I'm not going to go over the entire article, but basically, as the article mentions, as the coin speaker previously noted, the recent XRP bull run is heavily influenced by the re-election of President-elect Donald Trump. Obviously, there's been a lot of talks that Ripple has already met with Donald Trump, and they're looking to potentially, hopefully, maybe work together. Even I think Brad Garlinghouse has also tweeted that. They've had conversations already, and he's super optimistic to have have basically crypto in general, and XRP is probably more specifically to have you to use the utility and what it's meant for on a much larger scale. So, moreover, in the article here, Trump has signaled that the United States will become the leader in cryptocurrency industry through clearer and more supportive regulations. Moving on with the notion. With the nomination rather of Paul Atkins as the SEC chair to replace Gary Gensler, the XRP community anticipates the ongoing case to be dropped soon, which I definitely think it will. And there's maybe some possibility of that being done maybe by January or maybe even in the first quarter of 2025. Furthermore, the court has already ruled that XRP sales on crypto exchanges do not constitute investment contracts, thus not a security. Wrapping up here, in the past 2 months, the XRP network has attracted significant attention from whale and institutional investors seeking to diversify their crypto portfolios. According to on-chain data analysts provided by Sentiment, XRP whales with a balance of between 100 million to 1 billion coins added around 360 million in the past 2 days. So whales are very bullish on XRP currently right now, and I definitely think this trend will continue. Another thing also that we need to keep an eye out, I'm going to go to Real USD here. And currently right now we have a market cap of 53 million. So we need to keep an eye on this because I definitely think the market cap will increase. And as this increases, I think obviously we'll see a reduction in the market cap of Tether. So guys, let me know what you think about this. The first question is, what's your thoughts on Bitcoin? 2, and then as well as that, what's your thoughts about Ripple or the real USD taking over Tether? Do you think that can also happen too as well? Let me know in the comments section down below. I love and appreciate all you guys out there. If you like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.